Okay, hello. So this is the second video that I'm recording today. It is currently February 16th. It's a Monday. It's also President's Day. And by the time you see this, it'll likely be like May, like early May. So hello, you're a time traveler. How does it feel? Are you okay? Did you make it through in one piece? So the video that I recorded before this, whatever, but I am thinking about relationships. I'm thinking about my relationship. We had a really intense conversation last night, and some of the things that I said, I do have to reflect on myself. I do have to like put towards myself. You know what I mean? Like I was talking about trauma, and as I was on this walk that I'm on, I was thinking about trauma. I was reminded through a commercial that they were talking about trauma, and I was like, let me think about what I said last night. Let me think about that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like some of what I said was not necessarily super duper accurate. Not that I was lying per se, but like, you know, like cringe before I say this. But one of the things that I said was that I have done the work to like know what the frick I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And when I said that, it sounds like a person saying, I've done all of the necessary healing work to be a functional human. I've done all of the work to be everything I want to be and more. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I think there's still a lot of things. And I was thinking about, what does that even mean to like do the work? Like, and I've defined this before. I've talked about this before. I've written about it before. But like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Because when we talk about trauma, when we talk about fears and shit like that, part of doing the work is like going out of your way to like change the narrative, you know? Like, for example, this is a really petty thing, but if you're afraid of like talking to strangers or whatever, doing the work would be going out of your way to talk to people and like getting over that, or at least pushing through it, moving despite it, you know? And for another example, I guess, if you're like an avoidant, the work would be working to make sure that you're not acting in self-sabotaging sort of ways when you get that urge to be avoidant, when you get the urge to run away. You know what I mean? And everybody's assignments are different. Everybody is dealt with a different set of cards. That's also something I was saying. I don't know if I said it last night or if I said it, I don't know. But, everyone is dealt the cards that they're dealt, and sometimes you don't like the cards that you're dealt, but they're your cards, and if you use them correctly, if you play them correctly, you can do just about it. You know, and it's unfortunate, it's not fair, but like that's life, you know what I mean? That's just how it goes. Some people are born into privilege, some people are born into whatever, some people are born into fuck shit, some people are born into drugs and no like nonsense and shit, you know? But you make the best of it and you do what you can, and the rest will do what it do. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm about to walk through a neighborhood. It's like 1 PM. And I do feel awkward. I don't know how long I'm going to be recording this, because there are people, and like I often feel very awkward. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, what? I don't know. It's an internal thing. I don't know. That's something I need to work on, I guess. But I hope that was mud. I think I just stepped in some mud. That was gross. I've been doing this for a long time, but I don't know. I feel like I should have developed some thicker skin. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I don't know. Maybe I'll make this a shorter video. I don't really know what else to say. At this moment, I feel like there's a lot I could say, but I'm also walking through a neighborhood and I always feel so awkward, so that's like, you know, I guess on theme with what's going on, right? You do gotta know what you want though. Like when it comes to relationships, when it comes to like partnership and like friends and shit, you gotta know what you want if you really wanna like do anything. You know what I mean? Like you can't just be like, oh, I'll just whatever and then see whatever, because then you'll be accepting all sorts of things, and like, sure, maybe that's okay for some parts of your life, but like at some point you gotta like be clear and decisive about what you want, or maybe you don't. I don't know, everybody's different, but I feel like whoever is tuned into this, whoever's watching this, like decisiveness is important. You know what I mean? I think there are things that are objectively unhealthy and healthy, but at the end of the day there is no right or wrong when it comes to your preferences. You know what I mean? Once again, there are things that are unhealthy, of course. But that's obviously for you to discern. It's your life. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Also, I don't usually film videos, I think, in the middle of the day. At least not in neighborhoods. Like, if I'm walking through a neighborhood, usually, like, it's like 5 in the morning or something. I don't know. My schedule has been all over the place, I feel like. Because I have been trying to prioritize sleep, I want to say. Actually, this is the wrong way. I shouldn't go this way. I've been trying to prioritize sleep. Trying to, like, maintain that. And not to say that it's been a huge issue, but I don't know. I'm an active spirit. I don't like having to sit down and, like, sometimes I have to force myself to meditate. Sometimes I have to force myself into that vibe. You know what I mean? I think I'm going the right way. I can go this way. I think. I don't know. Okay. So, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm drawing a blank, but at the same time, there's, like, so many different thoughts that are coming to me. It's, like, it's kind of, it's backwards. It's interesting. So I'm gonna end this here. I'm gonna just, I don't know, remind you to keep your head above the water. I don't know. Remember to trust in yourself, believe in yourself. Everything is temporary, so keep your head up. And I'll see you when I see you. Deuces. Bye.